Who's in the chat today? We'll give it a couple minutes for a few people to show up, and then we'll pour epoxy. We have, what do we have, 6? We have 11 frames to pour epoxy into. If my chat would ever open up. Come on, man. Oh, there it is. Hey, Billy, what are you doing, man? Well, Billy, this is the second batch of frames. I poured epoxy 2 days ago on 13 frames that I built last week. This is the last batch of this size that I'll be making. These are 14 by 18 lake maps that I sell. I have a 5-day craft show coming up in a week. A week from Tuesday is when we set up. So it actually starts next, like a week from Wednesday. So it's been a mad rush to get inventory ready. Hey Ray, what's up, man? These frames, this is the first year I did mitered joints. I've always done butt joints, and I've wanted to do these, so I made the time. They took more time. You saw it on my short today. I did a short video on 3 jigs I used to mill it up. What's up, Mike? What it do? Ray, we're going to pour 11 maps today. 2 days ago, we poured 13. This is the last batch. These are 14 by 18. These are unfinished, but they're not finished sanded. So what I do is pour the epoxy. I've already blown them out. I put paper down on the table to protect the table. And on the back of these, I do a rabbet joint, and then I put this plywood in, and then I seal it with caulking. So it's a multi-step process. The last batch, most of them were not deep enough frames, so there was a little bit of leakage on the epoxy, so I had to scrape some off the back. But the first step we're going to do today is take a level, and we're going to try to level all of these. BK, you made it. Hey, Hans, how are you? So that's the first step. We've got to level these out because you don't want the epoxy. Some of these I only have a 1/2 inch, so you don't want the epoxy to be all at one edge. And once you pour it, you got to babysit it a little bit. Hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing, man? So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to level this. I just use scrap 1/8-inch Baltic birch to level it out. So let's level it, and then I'll answer any questions you have after that. Hope you guys are having a good day. I think yesterday I got out of the shop at 7 o'clock. I did 10 to 7 yesterday. Just because, this is my business. This is my full-time gig. So I've got to put in the hours. This is craft show season, and I've only got this one craft show scheduled. So it's a big deal to get right. pretty good. This one could be raised just a little. It's good there, so we're going to raise this one just a little. Let me get a scrap piece. There's a scrap piece of 1/8 inch. That'll work. So yeah, these are my big sellers, guys. I do lake maps, river maps, city maps. Pretty much anything you can think of it with a map. This one's going to be a little thinner than an 1/8 inch. So I'm just going to use a paper towel as a spacer to bring it up. So if you guys know anyone around Christmas time that needs one, send them my way. I'd really appreciate it. I need to go up still a little more. Whoops, come on now, not that much. Let's see if that brought up the level enough. Yeah, I like it. Same thing. That'll work. Pretty good. Need to raise that in just a little. So raise that in, raise this in, or this side. Okay. Let's see if that's too much. Yeah, it was too much. Sometimes I use shims, but I don't have any right now. So it's a little too thick, I think. I like it. Let's make sure it's over here good. Yep, we're in the bubble. We could still be a little better over there. So let me take that shim out. I'm going to put a piece of wood there. See if that makes it any better or too much. No, we're right in the bubble. Pretty good there, but it needs to be raised just a little bit. Let's see what we are this way. We're good there, so it just needs to be raised here slightly. What did I say on this one? We're good there. Or was it there? Let's see. We're good there. So here we need to come up slightly. I like it. That's in the bubble. So this side needs raised. I think a piece of scrap wood will probably work on this one. Yeah, we need to go a little lower. That's just a little thick. I don't think I've used the paper towel trick before, but that's working pretty well. So a little less. Okay, last one. That's right in the bubble. That's right in the bubble. All right, so we are leveled. Mike Stanifer, what's up, man? So we're about to pour epoxy for 11 of these frames. This is what it looks like without being clear coated. Let me show you. This is one I made out of sapele. So the epoxy's poured, the lake was cut out to size. I just have to glue, I have to take these apart, blow it off tomorrow, clear coat, and then this gets glued in with some special glue. But you can see the epoxy, how that water shimmers. That's why these are so popular. And they still have to be clear coated, so, but that's what they look like. That's the batch I finished up at 7 o'clock yesterday. And give you some tips on this. Thanks, BK. So anytime I use epoxy, and you guys probably know I'm fairly cautious in the shop. I wear a respirator, eye protection, ear protection most of the time. The laser's loud, so honestly I've been using these earbuds to listen to music or podcasts while I'm in the shop. But with epoxy, I wear, let me show you the goggles I wear. I found these at Woodcraft a couple years ago. They have a little shield, a little cushion around all of it, so it really keeps the debris out of your eyes. You only get one chance with your eyes, so I wear these when I mix epoxy and when I pour epoxy. I also wear rubber gloves because epoxy gets messy. I bought, that's a Dollar Tree mixing pitcher. That's a Dollar Tree mixing pitcher. I got that red mixer off of, I don't remember where I got that. And then I buy the epoxy. I've tried several different versions of epoxy over the last 3 years because I've been making these for 3 years. I haven't really noticed a big difference, but these, you can get a 2-gallon kit for around $70. That's great price. I used to buy the 2-gallon kit for $100. So, and then I've also, it comes with these, sometimes they send measuring cups and I buy those separate. So I've done the math. Usually on my maps, it's 500 milliliter per map. But these maps, this is a new style frame. It's a little shallower. So I'm probably going to mix, let's say, let me go look at my measurements. Each of these cups is 230. So, yeah, each of these cups is 230 milliliters. So it's going to be a process. So I'm going to pour, I think I'm going to start with, I think I need 5,500. If there's 11 maps and they're 500 milliliter each, that's 5,500. But I'm going to go a little shallower than that. So I think we're going to go for 4,000 milliliter. Let's see. A cup is 230. So I think we're going to start at 6 cups each and see where that puts us in the pitcher, because that's really the limiting factor. And I use this blue mica powder. Ray, as far as I know, they're the same thing. Resin and epoxy. It's epoxy resin. So, yeah, as far as I know, it's the same thing, man. I used to have a little scoop so I would measure out the mica, and I don't have that anymore. I don't know where it is, so I just kind of eyeball it, and I go extra. You want the dark blue. That's what people want. So I'm going to mask up. We're going to start mixing. Once I add the epoxy, I stir it with the mixer for about 2 minutes. Then I add my mica and stir it for about another minute. So it's kind of boring, but hey, this is the process. Baby Kisses wanted to see it. I don't think I filmed this before, so thanks for hanging out. Please smash that like button. And then this week I'll put a picture up of the final product. This year I was able to get really premium wood at a Steel. A furniture company went out of business a couple of years ago, and I was able to get a ton of really nice wood very cheap.
So my frames are much more refined this year, and they don't have a lot of cracks in them. And so anyway, let's go. I'm gonna mask up, so I'm not gonna be talking, guys. I've got to mask up, wear a respirator and eye protection. So thanks for being here. I'm gonna grab a drink and let's get to mixing. I am too, BK. And you know what? If you guys have ever seen these at a craft show, tell me how much they sell for in your area. Let's go. So let's say 6 of each. You have 1 gallon resin, and then 1 gallon is a hardener. It's a 1-to-1 mixture. Different epoxy might have a different ratio. That's fine. Okay, that's 6. Now let's switch to the hardener. Is that 4 or 5? I think that's 5. We'll make this 6. Man, I like that flexible thing. I've never used that before. All right, let's stir for 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes. Time me. The battery went dead. What's up, Eco? Well, this thing's going dead too. Piece of crap. It's my fault I didn't charge it. I'm not sure how many this will make. Well, we did 6 of each, so that's 12. Hold on a second. I think this will make 6. But this is a new frame, so we'll see how much it makes. Okay, so thank you. We're going to put just a little bit in. I'd rather be too dark than too light. I think that'll work. That looks pretty good to me. I'll have to try baby wipes. Hey, Allison, how's it going? Kevin, what's up, buddy? What's going on? Let's pour some epoxy, y'all. Now the fun begins. Bum, bum, bum. Let's go. All right. Yeah, I didn't know that. Thanks, BK. Okay, so I'm going to adjust. This looks like it's pooling, so I'm going to adjust it. That needs to go that way a little bit. You got to take your time. I think we need to raise that too. Little. Yeah, but I don't stir it. I don't like to stir it. Yeah, I don't like to stir, BK. Okay, so I think that's going to be enough, so we're going to pour that last one. And I'm just making small adjustments so it doesn't pool on one side or the other. That's the hope. We got 7 out of 6. So if we got 7 out of... Okay, so we got 7 maps out of... Hold on, let me do some math. So out of 3,700 milliliter, yeah, we did 6. So 37 millimeter, or 3750 did 7. So that's just right. We're still on target for 500 milliliter a batch. So I need 2,000 milliliter. Let me make sure I'm right here. I think I'm wrong a little bit. Hold on. $1,380 times 2. So that was only 2,800. I think we'll do... I'm not mathing very well today. So we got 6 cups. I think that was $27.60 for 7. Now let's divide that by 7. So about 300, let's just call it 400 per map. So we need 1,600 milliliter for 4. Divide that by 230. So we need 3.5. We're going to say 3.5 cups. We have 4 frames left. So I'm going to say 4.5 cups. Or did I say 3.5? So 4 times, let's see, we have 4 maps. I just said it was 400 each. So 1,600 divided by 2,300. So you're right at a total of 7 cups. So we're going to say 3.5 cups each. Exactly, BK, you got it. So let's mix it, 3.5 cups each. Let's see what the halfway mark is. Should be 115. Don't spill that crap, dude. I don't want that all over the floor. So there's 110. There's 3.5 of resin. Let's get the hardener. All right, someone time me 2 minutes when I start mixing, please. I got to mix for 2 minutes and then, oh, sorry, I didn't even have that. Yeah, so we're going to mix for 2 minutes. All right, let's add some mica. Thanks, BK. All right, let's go pour. All right, let's see how we did. Let's give that a couple of minutes to settle, and then we'll make sure it might need leveled. Yeah, okay. Level that pretty good. Let's get the heat gun. We got a little bit of extra. And let me show you what we're going to do with that. Whoops. Don't mess it up, Steve. Let's make sure it's actually extra before we pour it. That's a lot of blue. Yeah, we're good. Waste not, want not. Let's make another project. And then that'll make a wood turning piece. We're going to tip this one just a little bit. I have not used glow in the dark. That sounds fun. That's a little too high. Well, this is the favorite part. This is break time. Let's go chat on the patio for a minute.
I wonder if Carrie on? We were doing a live the other day, and I had an order for a growth chart. So I originally was going to route it. This is the growth chart I came up with. That's all laser cut. So if anybody needs a template, let me know. I'll sell you one fairly cheap. They're $100 on Woodcraft. I thought that was a little ridiculous. Thanks, guys. You wanted to see the map again? Let me show you. And then we're going to go take a break. Because what we're going to do, wait about 15 minutes, and then I come back and make sure everything looks good. Make sure I don't have to re-level. So that's one of the lakes. This is the African mahogany. So tomorrow, these are my shallow maps. So usually I trim it out with wood, but these are just going to,
I'm gonna take these apart, clear coat them separately, then glue this down and weight it down. Yeah, Mike. Those are 1-inch marks, the big ones. It's actually, it's to scale. It's a 72-inch tall. Yeah, those are 1-inch and 1/2-inch markers. So, yeah, there's your 1/2-inch mark. Not 1/2 inch, 1/2 foot, sorry. So yeah, that's a, yeah, 1/2 foot. That's what I meant, sorry. Yeah, so this is 72 inches long. It's a piece of alder, clear alder. Heidi, what are you up to, girl? So it's break time. Let's go chill on the patio for a minute. Why not? Whoops. Because I don't plan on doing anything else in the shop today. I've worked a long week. I'm chillaxing today. Welcome to my junkie patio. Let me turn the fan on. It's a little warm out here. Get out of the sun. All right. Pilato, that is, yeah, alder for the main, and then the all the other markers are made from 1/8-inch Baltic birch plywood that I pre-painted black. Thanks, BK. This is where I take my breaks when I'm if I'm waiting for something to dry, or I take a lot of breaks, guys. I'm older than I used to be, so yeah, I got a couple of fans on the patio. I built that patio like 8 years ago. Had 2 of my nephews come in town and my best friend come in town to help me on a Labor Day. But yeah, pretty cool. So we're just chilling. So Pilato, I think I just saw at your wife's home. Let me see. I think I saw that she's home. Yeah. Older than you used to be. Weird how that happened. I know, Pilato. I mean, it's better than the alternative, right? I took over the grill cart. That's like one of my paint stations with my outdoor stuff. I put Thompson's water seal on items and sell them. So, does anybody do craft shows? Hey, Roy, how's it going? Good, Pilato. That, man, I've said some prayers. It's that's been a while. Glad she's doing better, man. Yeah, Eco. Man, I've been working really hard trying to build inventory for this show. You know, this is, for those that don't know, this is my full-time gig. I do furniture, woodworking, and laser engraving. And I've been doing it for 3.5 years, full-time. And after my show in a couple of weeks, I'm going to start looking for a full-time job again. I did IT for 22 years, so I'm going to go back to IT. It's just been a little hard to make a steady income from what I'm doing. And I don't want to build cabinets all day long. I could make a lot more money building cabinets. I don't want to do it. My shop really, I mean, I have a big shop, but if you're building a big kitchen full of cabinets, I really don't have the space for that, and I don't want to. It's hard work. I don't want to cut sheet goods all day long. That's not what I want to do. This is what I enjoy. Making these maps is really fun. Making the small things on the lathe. Yesterday we made 3 rolling pins on the lathe. Man, one of them was curly maple, had some shimmer in it. It was beautiful. So, you know, I've just been stocking up for my craft show. In a week and a half, it's a big Oktoberfest here in Tulsa. and it's a 5-day event for me. It's 1 day setup and then a 5-day event. So it's like this is the only craft show I have scheduled this fall. But usually what happens, I get custom orders for the lake maps because, like, if you customize something, if someone buys it off the shelf, I give them red hearts, acrylic hearts that have 3M adhesive, so they just peel and stick any of their favorite locations. But I also make them custom where I engrave. I can put their handwriting on the map. I can put a star location for the house, a heart, anything like that. So, Mike, what are you talking about? I do not need to defrag my hard drive. Oh, that's funny. IT speak. Hey, Mike, have you turned it on and off again? BK, 22 years ago, 24K for 20 hours was good. Pilato, those maps I make are the most profitable. Honestly, the last 2 years the fall, I've done this show 2 years in a row. This is my third year. I go with, last year it was 2 woodworkers and me. They brought like cutting boards and all that, and I brought my maps and a few miscellaneous, but I didn't want to bring anything that competed with them. And they don't, so I'm doing wall art. Like I do, I've got different wall art pieces. I tried to branch out this year to get a better audience and to sell more. So I have different wall art as well. So tomorrow I might be able to get those maps done, but realistically, I've got 24 maps to finish, to glue up and to get them all assembled. And you know, when I glue them up, I have to lay something on top of it to hold it down so it cures. So I've never glued up 24 at one time, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. I'm not sure. I guess I'll have to go get some bricks from around the yard or something. But yeah, the maps definitely are the most profitable. I make the smaller versions of what we made today, 11 by 14, and I sell those for anywhere from $75 to $85. And my laser makes those in about 10 minutes. But that doesn't count your clear coat you have to buy, you have to sand it, all this stuff. Yeah, Pilato, they did pretty good. My buddy makes beer lids. It's an Oktoberfest, so the beer steins are real popular. So he makes lids, and he brings a laser to the show and puts people's names on them. So that's what he does. Like 90% of his business is that. And then other people come up to the booth and look at my lake maps and different other things I make, and then other people buy the other guys' coasters and cutting boards. So it's a nice mix. Last year we had a double booth, and then this year we rented 3 booths all together. Roy, it depends what you want to do, man. 3 years ago I owned a X-Tool M1. That's the small enclosed laser. Really liked it. For engraving, like if you want to engrave pins or small items, it worked great. It was only a 10 watt, and I could make my small maps on it. It just took a long time because it's a diode laser and it's not as powerful. But now they've got diode lasers that are like 40 watts or more, I think. I could be wrong. What was that company? Not Creality. Creality Falcon. I've got a Creality Falcon. The Creality sent me a laser 6 months ago, and I did a review video on it. I think I cut leather. I like to leather work with the laser sometimes. Yeah, I cut wood and leather, all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, Pilato, the in-person, that's a big deal. Like, that's why I bought a laser 3 years ago. My research, you know, you can have 10 people selling the same cutting board, but if you put your grandma's recipe, if you can put the grandma's recipe in their handwriting, if you can make it personal for the buyer, for the customer, that's what they're wanting to buy. So yeah, I mean, I make nice premium cutting boards. I don't make a lot. I sell some to realtors. Um, but yeah, Ray, totally. Anything customized sells better. Um, that's just how it is. Like someone last night said I should engrave on those rolling pins, and I told them um, I wouldn't engrave on those unless someone bought it because I think you're going to pigeonhole yourself. Someone might not like that saying, you know. All right, Roy is saying, how much is a decent laser? Roy, I haven't priced one um, in a while, but I demoed. You should go check out, Roy. I did a Creality Falcon video. Um, if you want, if you'll check it out, I'll add the link to it after this live video posts. I'll put it in the comments if you want me to. Um, but I think it was priced around 500, and that's cheap. Um, I really like that it's enclosed, and it has its own little exhaust fan. You can connect it out a window or cut a hole in the shop like I do. Um, and the camera is fantastic on those little diodes. On my Thunder laser, that thing is so huge. Yeah, that is cheap for a laser. But honestly, I haven't used that laser enough to tell you if it's like, oh my gosh, it's so great and dependable. But on the projects I used it on, it was great. I loved it. But the camera was a big deal. Um, because on my Thunder laser, I spent, hey, what's up, BW? I spent like 400 bucks on the Thunder laser camera. Man, I can't get it to work very well. It's not accurate. I've called support. Honestly, it's great for if you're making small things or wanting to line it up. But the way I use the CO2 laser, you see me, I cut out these big maps. So it's not like I'm cutting out these really small things. So it's okay. But when you have scrap wood with those little diode lasers, you can adjust, you can put your design right on that. You could take a picture and put that design right on it on your scrap wood instead of measuring and all that crap. So, hey, BW, it was a fun live, man. I got to see you put on that glue and that green finish. That was pretty cool. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Benjamin Winkle, that's BW. He's a phenomenal wood turner. Today he had a live where he made a hollow form. Yeah, BW, I haven't made any more hollow forms for like a month because my bit broke on my tool. I hit a screw over a month ago, and honestly, I'm trying to keep expenditures low. It's been a little slow this summer. I haven't worked that much, so try not to spend so much. I'll get it replaced after my show when I should have some money. But I did find Mike. Yeah, Mike, I have an Etsy shop. I sell stuff. I listed the maps over a year ago. I haven't sold a single one on Etsy, but it's hard, man. Etsy's tough. Just because you put it on a website or Etsy doesn't mean you're going to sell anything. It's a whole new process. I do better in person. It's a fun time. I see friends that I haven't seen in 20 years out at the Oktoberfest, have a good time. So it's fun. And it's cool. You get to see people, and what I didn't mention earlier, these maps. What I do after this batch is done, the next map to make, probably Tuesday I'll start it, or maybe tomorrow, it depends if it goes really quickly. I'm going to make a 30 by 36 inch map of the most popular lake map I sell. So I'll be making a 30 by 36 inch frame out of walnut, probably Tuesday, and then I'll pour epoxy probably Wednesday, and then probably Thursday cut it out on the laser and then glue it up and clear coat it and all that. But we put that at an easel, and then we shine a light on it so people from across, when they're walking down the aisle, because we're in a big arts and craft tent. I mean, it's got probably 50 vendors maybe. Probably more. But it's just a huge tent with vendors. It's the Arts and Craft tent, and it's really cool. It has all kinds of different stuff. But that's where I'm at. But people walk up and they're like, "Oh, my dad has a house right here," and they always ask me. They're like, "How much is that?" And I'm like, "Well," and then I say, "But this other smaller one is this much." They go for the smaller ones mostly, but I do get a lot of custom orders because I go from a smaller budget. I make up to 3 foot by 4 foot on those maps. And I think I've only sold, last December, I sold a 3 foot by 4 foot. That's a lot of work and a lot of epoxy, but it turned out really cool. So, all right, let's go check on the epoxy. Let's go. If it looks good, I'm done for the day. Let's find out. And that growth chart, there we go. Here's how I improved my network connection. I ran a cable to the shop. I'm too cheap to buy the buried cable right now. So here's what that growth chart looks like. Thanks, BK. Yeah, Mike, there are a ton of people that sell lake maps. So that's why I haven't sold. Thanks, BK. I built it. We live in an old 1950s house. 4 years ago, I gutted the kitchen, built all the cabinets. That's how I learned how to build cabinets. All right, so here's what we're looking like. I'm just looking to see. Sometimes crap gets in it and like a bug. You can see a bug there. That's going to be fine, though. I'm just looking. You see those cool bubbles? I'm just looking to see that it's not all like pulled to one side, because when you do the cutout, you want it to be more even. So that's the finished one. Yeah, BK, I don't really film my house or anything. These look good, guys. I'm pretty happy with these. So, yeah, I'm happy. And that's going to be a wood turning little, what is that thing, a pod or something like that? So, all right. Well, what do you think? You want to make a rolling pin real quick? See if we can get more people to join in? Or not. I might just start another live. Hey, Arami. Because I've got, let me show you. I've got this. This is my last rolling pin I'm making for the craft show. There's a curly piece of maple with walnut and then maple. So my plan, I've been watching Mike over at the Whackin' Shack. He said rolling pins have sold pretty well. So I already had a few. I made these skinnier ones. I'll show you real quick. Hold on. I'll show you. There are the ones we made. We finished. There's one. Oops, sorry. Sorry, blacked out on me. There's one we made. That's cherry and maple. That's that really curly maple and Paduke. And I got a cherry and Paduke. So these are the smaller ones. Sawdust could get in there, BK. What I do, I like to run my air filter. Thanks for the reminder. I've got an air cleaner up there. But also, I quit cutting stuff. I haven't cut anything in the shop today. So when I pour, I have to make sure that I'm not cutting anything for at least 4 to 6 hours before I pour. So I typically, I have to plan my weeks when I'm pouring epoxy. So I think that's it for me. I don't know if I'm going to go live and make that rolling pin or not. I might save it for this week. I need something to do tomorrow for my live. But I just saw that DeLon went live. Chase, what's up, brother? Chase, we just poured a crap ton of epoxy in these walnut frames I built. They're looking pretty legit. I don't know if you saw it yesterday, Chase. This is what they end up being. These are my lake maps I make. I make the custom frames. Chase, holler at me, dude. These will make you some money on your laser. I can show you how to do it, man. I know you got that nice laser. This is a Sapele frame. I've got a little Sapele. So these are getting glued. Thanks, man. I've been working on them. I've been making them for 3 years. Pilato, the map is made out of, it's 1/8" Baltic Birch for the actual light piece. But the frame, I build the frames. This year I did miter joints, and I think they look so much better. Then I rabbet them in the back and add the plywood to it. I add a bottom piece of plywood, and then I seal it. And then I pour the epoxy. Then I come back and cut out and engrave on the laser and then glue it in. It's a lot of work. I would really appreciate it if you guys look at something in your area, how much these sell for in your area, because this size in my area without epoxy is probably 125 to 140. Oh, they're very sturdy. I'm really happy that I took the time to make those frames, guys. Please check out my latest video. I put out a video today. It talks about 3 jigs on the table saw. Those, I made 3 jigs to make those frames. Pilato, what I did, I don't have one here, I don't think. I just did butt joints. And they did fine. I mean, people liked them. A tad rustic. But honestly, I might be able, I can probably sell these for more. Those are professional frames. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Those are going to be gorgeous once I finish sand those. Like, these are finished sanded. These are ready for clear coat. Man, those are going to pop. So I just used butt joints before. Yeah, I don't think I'm turning today. I'm tired. I just want to go sit down. But I think we're done, guys. Pilato, let me show you what I've been using. I absolutely hate glossy clear coat on my maps. It really shows imperfections, and honestly, before this batch of wood, I had some wood that wasn't as great. Let me show you. I don't have any open. I just use a matte clear coat. It's spray finish. You know, $6 a can. But when you're making this many, it adds up. I think I'm going to bust out my sprayer tomorrow. Mike, I haven't sold one of those in months, so. They're all hit and miss, Mike. Yeah, I'll clean up. I'll clean up tomorrow. I don't want to get dirty today. So have a good one, guys. Thanks for joining in. No, Pilato, it's just, lacquer's too expensive, man. That's like 10 or 11 bucks a can. It's just, let me see if I've got one. I've got one in there. I don't want to cut it open. It's this stuff. It's this brand. It's this brand, but I use the clear finish, the Rust-Oleum. Hey, thanks, Ray. Appreciate it, man. All right, Mike. I'll chill for a minute. What you want to talk about, Mike? Now, Mike, do you do craft shows? See you, Bailey. See you, Chris. Yeah, Pilato, it's like a poly. I don't think they call it that. Here, hold on. Where'd I put the... Oh, I guess I left the tripod outside. Give me a sec. Let me set this down, open this box, and show you. Oh, there we go. There it is, Pilato. Oh, crap. Did I buy semi-gloss? I didn't mean to. Gosh darn. Yes, I did. Well, that sucks. I didn't want... Well, actually, that's better. I'm glad it's not... Crap, what else did I buy? Oh, I bought tape. So, yeah, I forgot. I bought semi-gloss. I don't like glossy. Semi-gloss is a lot better. Oh, sorry, BK. You meant your epoxy cup and turned laundry soap mineral on around, I think would work. Oh. Yeah, thank you for that reminder. I threw all that away last night before I left the shop. Yeah, anytime I put finish on, I throw it away. Mike, send me your Etsy page, man. What's selling for you? Because it's crazy. You put up 50 things and you might sell one a year, you know? Like, I just sold something today. I hadn't sold one in forever. So, it's just hit or miss, man. Yep, well, good, man. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I got to go in, chill for a while, eat some lunch. Hope you guys have a good one.